In this box, I have one of my dream bottles of bourbons. You want to know what it is? Let's find out. What is going on, everybody? Nathan here with the Everyday Drinker, bringing you guys a brand new video. Today, we're gonna go over my dream bottles of bourbons. We did this video about 2 years ago, and the list has changed drastically since acquiring some bottles, doing some research, realizing I don't need some of those bottles and wanting other bottles. And well, the bottle in this box right here has always been one of my unicorns, and we're gonna find out what's in this box at the end of the video. But before we get into the bottles that are not in this box, I want to know what dream bottles of bourbons you want. Let me know down in the comments what dream bottles of bourbons and whiskeys you have always wanted to have on your bar and your shelves in the comments below. If you're brand new, hit that like button, smash the subscribe button so you never miss any of my content. We are on the road to 20,000 subscribers, and we're also super close to 50 Patreons. So go check out the Patreon down below. For as little as $2 a month, you can help support me and the channel, and I very much appreciate it. But without further ado, let's get into bottle number one. So these first couple of bottles, you guys are going to call me a tater. I know you are, and that's okay. A couple of these bottles are tater bottles. And bottle number one is going to go to Pappy Van Winkle 15. Now you guys may ask me, why don't I want the 20 or the 23? I have been lucky enough to have a couple of pours of Pappy 15, and holy bajoli, is that an absolute delicious pour. I have had pours of 18-year-old bourbons and 20-year-old bourbons, and I think that they just get a little over oaked. Now, in my opinion, if I were to acquire for MSRP a bottle of Pappy 20 or 23, I would do a trade with that bottle, and I would acquire a couple of other bottles that I personally have wanted a little bit more than those two. But if I got my hands on a bottle of Pappy Van Winkle 15, I would 100% open that bottle and enjoy that bottle for what that bottle has to offer, only because I personally don't think that I would enjoy what the 20 and the 23 have to offer. I think they might be a little bit over oaked, and so that's why in that Pappy lineup, the Pappy 15 is the one for me. Bottle number two. Bottle number two is gonna go to King of Kentucky. Now this is one of those bottles that if you see it on somebody's bar, if you see it at a bar, at a restaurant, if you just see it online, you're in awe, because that right there is one of the pinnacles of the bourbon world, is to own a King of Kentucky. No matter what batch it is, no matter what proof it is, how old that is one of the pinnacles, the holy grail of bourbons, to have that bottle in a tube and just see the big old King labeled on the bottle. That is 100% a must want and a must get for me eventually. I don't know when that will occur, but I definitely want a King of Kentucky. When that happens, I don't know. God willing, hopefully one day it will happen, but that is definitely one of those bottles that I have wanted to get my hands on after doing research on bourbons and good allocated bottles that, you know, are worth the hype, and that is definitely one of them that is worth the hype. Let's get into bottle number three. Bottle number three is going to go to Blantons straight from the barrel. We've been lucky enough to acquire regular Blantons. We have a Blantons Gold. I've tried a couple of other regular Blantons offerings. I've had a Blanton straight from the barrel sample, and that one blew me away. That is one of those sips that is well worth the MSRP. I don't think it's worth anything more than what MSRP is asking. $300, $350 is just astronomical in my opinion for one of those bottles. But it is a definitely delicious bottle of bourbon, and I do think that it is worth the hype that that bottle has to offer. Like I've said in the past, I wish that the Blanton's Gold was the regular offering of Blanton's. I don't think that Blanton's 93 proof is worth the hype that it gets, but Blanton's Gold is really good, and upping that proof to barrel strength straight from that Blanton's barrel is definitely well worth it. Buffalo Trace puts out good bourbon, especially barrel proof bourbon, and that right there is definitely one of them, especially being that mash bill too. A little bit higher rye gives you a little bit more spice going down, and that is a memorable sip that I had, and I definitely want to eventually add that bottle to the list. Bottle number 4. Bottle number 4 is gonna go to a bourbon that came out last year, and I hunted this bottle like you wouldn't believe. Hopefully I can get my hands on a 2024 release of it, and that bottle is gonna go to Maker's Mark Cellar Aged. And I had a sip of this in an office, and it was a thick, viscous, rich and creamy maple bomb. Holy cow, I can't quite describe the enjoyment that I had from that sip without having another one, because I haven't had another sip of that since then, and it was a couple months back when it was first released here in Jersey. Wow, is that one bottle that, you know, even though a lot of people say you got to follow the Fred Minnick top 100, and it fell short. I think that for what that bottle is, it is a very remarkable and memorable bottle, and I hope that they can do the same thing for a 2024 release. Put out a couple more bottles. Hopefully me and you can acquire one of those in 2024, and I hope it is just as good as that 2023, and I would love to be able to add one of those bottles onto my shelf. Bottle number 5 is one that I have talked about so much. You guys probably know what this bottle is. Me being a wheated bourbon fan, that bottle is going to go to William Larue Weller. I haven't had a sample of it. I haven't touched a bottle of William Larue Weller ever. I don't have any inspiration on what that bottle would taste like. Only knowing what Weller Full Proof is, I can only imagine a little bit more age, a lot more proof. That bottle is probably absolutely decadent and just absolutely out of this world. Now you guys are probably thinking William Larue Weller is in this box. I don't know. Only time will tell when I open this box, but the William Larue Weller is definitely the one bottle that I have always wanted. And well, let's open this box and let's see what is inside. Because this is definitely one that I have wanted for a while now, after, you know, finding out about bourbon a while back, knowing what bourbon is now. It's definitely one of those cream of the crop bottles, and I know a lot of you want this bottle as well. I've been lucky enough to get my hands on this bottle due to a buddy, Kevin, came through, helped me out with a little bit of a swapperoo. And well, let's take this out. And I don't know if you guys can tell what this bottle is yet, but we acquired the 2023 George T Stagg. And this bottle's coming out at 135 proof. It is at least 15 years old. I unfortunately, in the process of the trade and whatnot, did not get the paper that came with it or the tissue paper, but I scanned the top of it. It is 100% legit. I can't wait to crack this bottle open and do a full review of this bottle. Unfortunately, right now, I am on prednisone and I am on antibiotics, so I haven't had a drink in a couple of days, and I don't know if this is going to be the bottle that I crack open for the first drink back. I think it might be a little bit hot. But I can't thank Kevin enough for coming through, helping me out to get this unicorn bottle and add it onto the shelf. This is one that I've wanted for quite a while now, and you know, it is just another BTAC that we're adding to the shelf. It's another bottle that we can throw in blinds to see if easier to acquire bottles don't come out on top compared to like these highly allocated, highly sought after bottles that go for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, and if not thousands of dollars on the secondary market and stuff like that. And this is always my goal with these bottles, is to see where they compare to other barrel strength and limited release offers that are easier for us to get. And definitely a milestone bottle that is now part of this channel, and I can't thank you guys enough for helping me out, and I hope that with coming videos with this bottle helps you guys out as well. But that is going to be my dream bottles. I'm going to throw this challenge out to a couple other channels. I want to see what your drinking buddies' dream bottles are. The Bourbon Hutch, I want to see what your dream bottles are. The Bourbon Drop, I want to see what your dream bottles are. Carlos, I want to see what your dream bottles are. And you know what, let's throw it out to SLB, Trenton, and Kurt. Let's hear what your dream bottles are. But like everything, I want to know what your bottles are down in the comments below. Leave that like, smash that subscribe button. Until next time, this has been Nathan with the Everyday Drinker. Cheers.